We were exhausted.
I think then within a year, or approximately a year, you release your second album, Stoosh. Can you describe the period between Paranoid and Sunbird and Stoosh?
Period between Paranoid and Sunbird and Stoosh was completely crazy. It's I think I worked.
He's smiling now.
Yeah, it was completely crazy.
I mean, if you think about it.
The recording of the album was done in 4 weeks, and in that 4 weeks we did 2 festivals. I mean, we were exhausted, and we were being very, very successful, and everybody wanted us, and we couldn't be in 2 places. I mean, I remember doing a festival circuit where I think I got about 4 nights sleep in 1 month or something like that, like proper nights, full night's sleep. And the rest of the time I was getting an hour here, 2 hours there, getting up at 4 o'clock every morning, and that's what my memory of the whole Stoosh thing.
Yeah, and what you've got to remember
crazy.
is the period in between Paranoid and Sunbird and Stoosh that led up to it. You know, we had the record out and we started to have hits, so we started to grow as a band. So then we started to do really great gigs, but we started to go around the world to tour America and as well as the European tours. So we started all of a sudden a bunch of kids from the street in London who just played instruments to being these travellers, going to places we'd never been before, partying, playing great shows. So our whole lifestyle changed into something that we'd always dreamed about, and we really enjoyed it. But at the same time, when you're really enjoying it, you don't go to sleep, as Kin said, because you know it was a fantastic period. So by the time we came to Stoosh, we were turning into more of an international band rather than a London band, because we were all over the place. So we had a lot of influences to kind of pull in then to make us write another album that was different again.
Yeah, that was my next question. How did that period influence the songs of the album? Can you, if you listen to the album now,
I can hear it, because I can hear that we were listening. We discovered lots of other bands, and we were playing lots of festivals, which we hadn't done before for the first album. And so we were kind of in a world of being serious rock musicians, and everybody was being influenced by us, and we were influencing other people, and so we were right at the forefront of that scene. You know,
our songwriting became more honed. You know, so we could kind of like work out songs to sound better, well crafted. Our sounds, our playing had kind of improved. We had more access to great engineers, mixers, producers. Everything for us basically developed. So everything we developed as live players. We developed as recording artists. We knew how to record better. So when Stoosh came along, it was a complete. It wasn't a transformation, but it was a new era. And then we weren't scared to kind of add extra instrumentation like strings, you know.
Yeah, it was. I just remember recording that album and being completely exhausted.
But did you find the time to write songs?
I don't know. I don't know how we managed it.
Well,
I actually don't know how we managed to get that album together and do it so quickly. But I just remember it being really exhausted.
The truth of that album as well was that it really was like, it was a whirlwind. We were touring, and then we were like, we want to make the next album, but we had no time to stop and do it. So we wrote on the bus, we wrote in the sound checks, all these pieces of songs and bits and halves and choruses and things like this. So we had a collection of things, and then we got back to London and we had 9 days to put the album together, and we sat in a rehearsal room for 9 days, and we actually put the whole record together in 9 days. Then we took a day off, and then we went in to record it. So you know, it was really quite fast, but it was a collection of all different pieces that we assembled and made into a really great record. We brought in Garth, the producer, and he helped us to kind of like, you know, consolidate it all basically. And then we just went and recorded it. And at the same time of recording it, we also went out on the weekends to play festivals.
If you listen to the album now, you can say, well, it's the best that we could have done at that time period. Or?
Yeah. I think.
Because sometimes people say, when I look back, then I can hear it's a bit rushed, but you don't have that feeling.
Oh no, because when we recorded it, we didn't rush it. We
did.
I don't think we
rushed. We had 3 recording studios at the same time. I mean, we had an editing studio. I was doing vocal recordings. The band would do, and you know, the music was going around in circles at Linford Manor. And I think it was a bit rushed. I think we did do it too fast. But I have to say, we kind of had to, because we were on a roll. And if we'd have stopped and taken time off, a year off to do it and whatever, we probably wouldn't have kept that ball rolling, you know. And I think it was, if I look at our career now in hindsight, it was perfect timing to come out with an album, and that album was even bigger than the first one. It was timing, you know, and you don't always have lots of time, but if you can grab it while the iron's hot, you know, you can keep everything going.